News coming in. Chief Minister of Maharashtra taking note of NDTV's coverage on the Maharashtra Navnirman Sena thugs has made his first reaction, his first comment on the issue. Fadnavis has promised action and said hooliganism and violence will not be tolerated. Listen in to the Chief Minister of Maharashtra responding to NDTV's dogged coverage over the last 72 hours.
देखिए, मैं याद दिलाना चाहता हूं, इससे पहले भी चिकोड़ी में जिस समय छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज के प्रतिमा का अनावरण हो रहा था, उस समय आदरणीय शरद पवार जी ने जय महाराष्ट्र जय कर्नाटक कहा था। उसका अर्थ ये होता है क्या कि शरद पवार जी को कर्नाटक ज्यादा प्यारा है और महाराष्ट्र प्यारा नहीं है? हम लोग जहां जाते हैं वहां के लोगों को जो अच्छा लगता है ऐसी बात हम लोग करते हैं, सभी नेता करते हैं। अब गुजराती समाज में जाने के बाद जय महाराष्ट्र और जय गुजरात कहा, तो मुझे लगता है कि इसमें इतना बवाल करने की आवश्यकता नहीं है। हम एक भारत के लोग हैं, हम सारे लोग भारतीय हैं। हमको पहला अभिमान महाराष्ट्र का होना चाहिए, पर इसका मतलब यह नहीं है कि दूसरे राज्यों के प्रति हमको कोई गुस्सा हो या उनके प्रति हमारा कोई तिरस्कार हो। अब पाकिस्तान के प्रति तिरस्कार समझा जा सकता है, पर बाजू के राज्यों के प्रति तिरस्कार तो नहीं हो सकता है ना। इसलिए मुझे यह लगता है कि कहीं से भी इस वाक्य के माध्यम से शिंदे जी के महाराष्ट्र प्रेम पर अगर कोई प्रश्न चिन्ह लगाता है तो बहुत संकुचित विचार वो कर रहा है।
आदित्य ठाकरेंना सुनावलंय की तुम्ही सातत्याने या भाषिक वादावरती राजकारण केलेलं आहे, तुमची मुलं मात्र इतर शाळांमध्ये शिकतात। काँग्रेसचे नेते
ते काय बोलले मला माहिती देखिए, मीरा रोड की घटना के तुरंत बाद एफआईआर भी दाखिल हुआ और कार्रवाई भी हुई है। इस प्रकार से कोई भाषा के आधार पर गुंडागर्दी करेंगे तो हमारी सरकार उनको छोड़ेगी नहीं, उनके ऊपर कार्रवाई करेगी। मैं वापस कह रहा हूं, स्वभाषा का अभिमान होना चाहिए, मातृभाषा का अभिमान होना चाहिए, पर उसको आगे करके अगर कोई गुंडागर्दी करेगा तो सहन नहीं किया जाएगा।
दबाव आहे महाराष्ट्राच्या नेत्यांवर।
नाना पटोलेंना दिल्लीच्या दबावाची सवय आहे, सोनियाजींच्या राहुलजींच्या दबावाची सवय आहे, त्याच्यामुळे त्यांना सगळीकडे असाच दबाव दिसतो। मी त्यांना सांगू इच्छितो, ही काँग्रेस नाही, ही भाजप आहे।
माथाडी कामगारांच्या संदर्भातला एक भ्रष्टाचाराचा विषय मांडला होता, त्याच्यामध्ये सातारामधले जे व्यक्ती आहे माथाडी कामगारांनी त्यांनी करोडो रुपयांची प्रॉपर्टी केलेली दिसून आले। गोरगरिबांचे पैसे त्यामध्ये मोठ्या प्रमाणामध्ये घेतले गेले, त्याची तक्रार दाखल झाली, इन्क्वायरी कशा स्वरूपात होईल काय?
असं आहे की आता माझ्याकडे त्याची पूर्ण माहिती नाही, पण प्रवीण दटकेंनी जे मांडलेलं आहे त्याची माहिती घेऊन निश्चित असं कोणी केलं असेल तर त्याच्यावर कारवाई केली जाईल।
मराठी लोगों का तूफान खड़ा होगा और सरकार को
अरे भाई, उनके मन में एक प्रकार से ये भावना है कि वही मराठी है। वो मराठी थोड़ी, हम भी मराठी है, हमको भी मराठी चुनकर देते हैं। हमको जो इतने वोट मिले 51% मराठी लोगों ने वोट दिए, इसलिए केवल वो मराठी नहीं है, उनने मन से संशय निकाल देना चाहिए। मराठी हमारे पीछे है और हमारे साथ रहेंगे।
चर्चा करत होते 2014 मध्ये सुद्धा युतीमध्ये आणि 2016-17ला भाजप सोबत जाण्याचा निर्णय अंतिम टप्प्यात झालेला होता। सुनील तटकरे असं म्हणत आहेत,
ते खरंच आहे।
This is a huge impact of NDTV's campaign against VIP thugs. In this case, the 7 Raj Thackeray party thugs of the Maharashtra Navnirman Sena. Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis there saying that he condemns any violence and hooliganism. It is unacceptable. But the question is, he has condemned, but will he take action? Remember, the Home Ministry is under Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis. Will he take action against the MNS thugs, or will political compulsions come in the way? He has said all the right things, but will action follow is the big question at this point of time. Devendra Fadnavis, Deputy CM of Maharashtra, coming on the record I beg your pardon, Chief Minister of Maharashtra coming on the record and talking directly about NDTV's campaign against the Maharashtra Navnirman Sena. The Home Ministry is under him. Will Chief Minister Fadnavis call out action against the MNS is the big question right now. He has labored the point that such hooliganism and thuggery is not acceptable in the face of Marathi pride. He's made the very important point that people from Maharashtra work in other states as well, and would people like it if they were attacked on a linguistic basis? A very sensible point made there by Devendra Fadnavis, the Chief Minister. The question now is, will Devendra Fadnavis, the Chief Minister, follow up his words with real action against the 7 thugs of Raj Thackeray's party who have been given bail within minutes of being detained yesterday? Take a look at what Chief Minister Fadnavis has just said.
देखिए, मीरा रोड की घटना के तुरंत बाद एफआईआर भी दाखिल हुआ और कार्रवाई भी हुई है। इस प्रकार से कोई भाषा के आधार पर गुंडागर्दी करेंगे तो हमारी सरकार उनको छोड़ेगी नहीं, उनके ऊपर कार्रवाई करेगी। मैं वापस कह रहा हूं, स्वभाषा का अभिमान होना चाहिए, मातृभाषा का अभिमान होना चाहिए, पर उसको आगे करके अगर कोई गुंडागर्दी करेगा तो सहन नहीं किया जाएगा।
Anuj is with me live for more on this. Anuj, this is a big NDTV impact. Devendra Fadnavis, the Chief Minister, condemning the violence, calling out the hooliganism. The question now, of course, is whether action will be taken. But all the right things being said by Chief Minister Fadnavis, big NDTV impact.
Shiv, this is very important, especially because, this is the first voice of reason, if you can call it, from the government. Earlier also we've spoken to ministers, we've spoken to his deputy, that is Minister of State in Home Department, and no one has spoken this emphatically about the violence. No one has criticized the violence to this level. We were talking just a while back about how all the political parties seem to be on an edge while condemning this. They are trying to ensure that the pride, Marathi pride, is also catered to by equal amount. But here, you just played Devendra Fadnavis speaking a while back. He made it very clear that having pride on one's language is very natural and should take place. Respecting a language is common, but at the same time, hooliganism and taking law into one's own hands is completely not acceptable. However, what is important is that Fadnavis reiterated on it 3 times that an FIR has been lodged and that an action has been taken. Karwai ho chuki hai, right? So does it mean that the government has done all that it could do? Or are they going to do more is the question that we need to ponder over more. What we know is that the charge sheet by the police in the Mira Bhayandar case has been completed. So now the matter is completely sub judice because the 7 individuals will be presented in the court. So has the government made the case as strong as they could is something we'll only know once these perpetrators are put in front of the judge, probably in a day or 2. But what government, what becomes clear to us from what Fadnavis said is that the government is not going to give anyone a free hand to carry on gundagardi under the name of language. And as you said earlier, he also made a very pertinent point that if it was Marathi Manus working in any other state, be it Tamil Nadu or Assam, and if they take a little time to learn the language, to assimilate with their culture, will a similar kind of pattern be followed with them, and will we as Maharashtrians like it? Of course, this is a direct answer or a direct question rather in a way to the MNS, but a lot depends on what exactly does the government do to ensure that the cases are strengthened, if in case they want to do that.
Okay, so the Mira Road police, we are getting another big update now that the Chief Minister of Maharashtra has picked up NDTV's coverage, acknowledged that coverage and said action will be taken. The Mira Road police has filed a charge sheet against the 7 accused in the Slapgate scandal. And the accused were also presented in court today. We have a confirmation on this. We'll be breaking that in just a moment. They've been produced in court. The charge sheet against the 7 accused has been filed as well. And in the slapping case, hopefully they will be arrested once again. Remember, they were already bailed out after being detained, a sham of a detention by the police. But now a charge sheet has been filed. They've been produced in court, is what our reporters are telling us. Anuj, can you get us a confirmation on that they will be produced in court shortly?
They will be produced in court shortly. What we know for sure is that a charge sheet has been completed, and this was on cards, right? Because the FIR had been lodged, and we know that the 7 detainees here, they were brought to the Mira Road police station, and then they were also, bail bond was signed, and that is what we confirmed in the afternoon after we spoke to Minister Nitish Rane, after he had claimed that an arrest has been made, and that was not true. But what we know is that a charge sheet, following the procedure, legal procedure, a charge sheet has been put in place, and very shortly after this, we can expect those 7 individuals to be presented in the court, and that is exactly where it will become very clear to us whether the government is walking the talk, because Devendra Fadnavis a while back made it very clear that they are not going to hold back in making sure that an example is set in front of the people. Because another thing that he spoke in that press address is that we want to ensure as government of Maharashtra that such kind of activities are not promoted, because even Fadnavis, and we've been covering this for a few days, and even Fadnavis is aware of the fact that it's not a one-off event, be it MNS or any other social outfit or a micro nationalist outfit which has been carrying on such kind of activities under the name of language or linguistic pride for close to last 10 to 15 years especially, and it happening days or weeks before any sort of an election in the state has also sadly become a norm here in Maharashtra. And Fadnavis was exactly referring to that, and he made it very clear that to make sure that an example is set so that such kind of incidents do not occur again is something to look into. However, while we deal with all of this, it's also important to understand what the opposition is saying, because the numerous opposition leaders that we've been speaking to in this regard, of course, everyone has condemned this act of violence, but they've also said that it is an attempt by the ruling dispensation to politicize the entire matter, right? So how does that angle kind of, take a shape in the future will also be very interesting to check.
I want to play out for our viewers once again this big NDTV impact moment. Devendra Fadnavis, the Maharashtra Chief Minister, in the wake of NDTV's coverage, calling out the hooliganism of Raj Thackeray's goons, who are still, by the way, hiding, who have now been charge sheeted. They will soon be produced in court. None of this possible without NDTV's brave coverage on the ground by our reporters, by Anuj, by Radhika, by Sujata. None of this would have been possible by Paras and all of the others. These 7 goons will hopefully be arrested very, very soon, and we will hold the Maharashtra system to it. Here is Chief Minister saying the right thing and condemning what happened.
देखिए, मीरा रोड की घटना के तुरंत बाद एफआईआर भी दाखिल हुआ और कार्रवाई भी हुई है। इस प्रकार से कोई भाषा के आधार पर गुंडागर्दी करेंगे तो हमारी सरकार उनको छोड़ेगी नहीं, उनके ऊपर कार्रवाई करेगी। मैं वापस कह रहा हूं, स्वभाषा का अभिमान होना चाहिए, मातृभाषा का अभिमान होना चाहिए, पर उसको आगे करके अगर कोई गुंडागर्दी करेगा तो सहन नहीं किया जाएगा।
We're going to be joined in just a moment by the shopkeeper who was slapped, Babulal Chaudhary. I've asked our producers to patch him also live because we want to share this news with him. We don't know whether he has heard already that the Chief Minister has acknowledged the case of Babulal Chaudhary being slapped by these 7 MNS cowards who are still hiding after getting bail. They will be produced in court very shortly. The Chief Minister has noted this incident, called out the hooliganism and condemned this act of vandalism and violence by Raj Thackeray's goons, who have no place in the political landscape of Maharashtra, and they certainly have no place in civil society of the beautiful state of Maharashtra. That's the message that Devendra Fadnavis has sent out today by acknowledging NDTV's campaign against the MNS thugs and promising action against them. The Mumbai police, which had given bail to these 7 thugs after detaining them very briefly, is now hopefully going to be ordered to act against them and arrest them as well. Anuj continues to be with us. Anuj, in terms of procedure, what happens next? In terms of procedure, when will these men be produced in court? What are the details of the charge sheet? What more can you tell us?
What we know is that, as was confirmed to us by the local police sources there, that they have tried to strengthen the case as much as they could. However, we know that, or also the Minister of State, Yogesh Kadam, also while speaking to NDTV, said that there are a few limitations. They cannot add, procedures or clauses, even though they know or they think that a few more things might be involved in this matter. So they will have to go on the basis of the physical evidence that they have. And the strongest in this case is the video that has been circulating on social media. So because the charge sheet was out just a while back, one can expect them to get produced in jail at best by tomorrow. and that is when it is going to be very clear on what is the course of action that the court is going to take. Now, while that is happening on one side, we can expect to get some sort of clarity on what is the action to be taken against these MNS workers by tomorrow evening. Tomorrow is a very crucial day for MNS for another reason as well, and that is why the spotlight will be on them for good and for bad reason. We know that the Thackeray brothers are reuniting after 20 years. It's a non-political event. It's a social event under the name of the movement that was taking place here in the state against Hindi imposition. What is also interesting is Raj Thackeray will be addressing the public tomorrow, and this outrage against what happened in Mira Bhayandar has become very clear across the city, and surely Raj Thackeray would have taken a note of it. Is it something that is going to be on the top of his bucket list while addressing the crowd tomorrow, considering that the entire event is scheduled or is crafted so that language as an issue stays at the fulcrum of it? It will become very important for us to understand whether Raj Thackeray addresses this tomorrow, while on one hand the judicial procedure will also be taking its own course when these individuals are presented in front of the court. At the same time, parallel, Raj Thackeray will also be addressing the public. All eyes will be on what topic does he chooses to speak and whether he chooses to address this matter.